if you really like Reverend Gary Davis stuff, at some point you owe it to yourself to get Ernie Hawkins' DVD collection. Because Ernie, in addition to having studied with the Reverend for a number of years himself when he was young, just really is a great teacher. And for every song that he teaches on the DVD, he actually has video footage of the Reverend himself playing it. It's fantastic stuff. It's really worth having in your collection. In any case, my version of this, in some respects, is simpler than the Reverend's. Once again, the Reverend is a two-finger picker, thumb and first finger. I use three, so my rhythms are a little bit different. But there's a lot of really important Reverend Gary Davis stuff there that I've used through the years in my own playing career. And one of the little things is what kicks the song off. So notice, if we're playing the key of C, part of the melody that we're going to be playing for the song is going to be using, if you move a G chord up to the 5th fret, that's a C chord also, and we're going to be using part of that formation, part of that inversion. And the one that we're going to use is this part of the C here, where you're borrowing the first 4 strings of the 5th fret, your third finger's on the 7th fret of the 5th string, and your little finger's on the root note, the 8th fret of the 1st string. Now, in order to get these melody notes happening, what we're going to do is this. We're going to start from this B position, which is the 4th fret, and slur into the C. And I'm going to be using a 5/4 bass here. So, now, and 1, and 2, and. There's really only half a measure there, and the second half of this measure is going to be C in the first position. But to double check what's happening here, we're starting on the upbeat in this slur, and 1, and is the 8th fret of the 1st string, 2, and that's a pinch of strings, 4 and 1, and then the 8th fret of the 2nd string by itself, and then you're going to go to the 1st fret. And the melody is going to be this. And the bass will be a 5/4 bass. So what we have is this, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and then your melody is going to be on the 1st string, open 1st string, 1st fret, 2nd fret, 3rd fret. But while you do this, you're going to be doing a 5/4 bass. So you start off with the pinch strings 1 and 5, 1st fret by itself, and the 2nd fret is a pinch with the 2nd fret 1st string and the opened 4th string, and then you go back to your C chord on the upbeat, pluck the 3rd fret of the 1st string, 5th fret, 3rd string, and your last bass note now goes down to the 3rd fret of the 6th string. Now, most of the time when I play bass notes, I tend to do a low note, high note thing. But some things, especially some of the stuff I learned early on, because the Reverend doesn't do that. His bass notes go just wherever he wants them to go. It's not that sort of almost like a country or rock and roll rhythm thing that I like to do. So in this case, the bass is going to go wind up on the 3rd fret of the 6th string, counting it, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, 4. And then the beauty of so many of these root songs is there's lots of repetition. So if you learn one phrase, you've probably got, well, maybe the chord of the song done. We're going to repeat this a couple times. And 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3. Second time, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1. Now this time we're going to hit the bass note, 3rd fret, 6th string, 1. And what I'm doing here is I'm going to a G sharp 7th. And my fingering for this, the Rev doesn't use this chord, but I like to use this. My fingering for this G7th, is to use my little finger on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string, 3rd finger on the 2nd fret of the 4th string, 1st finger on the 2nd fret of the 5th string, and 2nd finger on the 3rd fret of the 6th string. And if you'll notice, the shape of the fingers covering strings 4, 5, and 6, it's like a D7th shape. And that tells you also that you can use that 7th shape anywhere on the neck. For example, if it's a G7th here, then it would be the C7th there at the 8th fret, or a D7th there. So anyway, file that away. It's a movable chord. You can get a lot of mileage out of it. In any case, this is your G7th, and if you move it up, it's a G sharp 7th, and that's going to be my passing chord to get down into the G7th. So the second time through will be first time through. Second time. Third time, like the first. And now there's a place for a little run. And one of the runs that I like to do for this, and I change it around depending on how I feel, is simply this. Start on the first string open, first fret, second fret, third fret, back to the first fret, then go to the fourth fret of the second string, slur it down, first fret, second string, second fret, third string, open third string, and now we bring our bass in and start finger picking again. Make a G chord, hit your sixth string, third fret, 1, open second string, and 2 is the fourth string, third fret. I'm making that G7th chord again as I pinch strings 2 and 4, and back to your C, pinching strings 2 and 5, and finish the phrase. So the last time through, we're going to play at this lick.